Hey guys, welcome back. DripCoach here with Drip and Farm for Property, where we don't trust, we verify and operate with integrity and transparency. So the DripX faucets are live, and I'm going to show you a few of the ways in which you can participate in this ecosystem and how to not get wrecked. So stay tuned. So firstly, I don't see any documentation on this in the actual Git book. I did a search already for faucet and nothing comes up. So the only documentation we have is what they put out here on X. And basically, since this really appeals to the old drip squad, then most of us are familiar with how this works. And I went over this in the last video. So the long and short of how this works is that you lock up your DripX tokens and you get paid out a percentage. And the longer it's locked up, basically, or the longer you wait to withdraw that, then the more daily percentage ROI that you can actually make. So it's another mechanism, as I mentioned before, to try to manage the inflation that's coming out from the miners. So all these miners, people got in early, they have these days that are already maxed out, and that those tokens will hit the market. And what the team is trying to do is avoid those being sold. So they're hoping that you will lock them up. But remember, inflation is a part of the actual mechanics. So this will continue to be an issue no matter what. And all they can try to do is like put a bottleneck on the amount that is coming out and being sold to market. So the faucets are available, and we do see that there was a surge in BNB buys, probably pairing that with liquidity with that. 25K came in. We have another green candle here. So this is also a mechanism to try to get people to buy back into the miners, because a percentage of those miners goes into the payouts that we get here, and this has been drained for quite some time. So there's no BNB rewards being paid out, so there's no incentive anymore for people to stake. So this is another mechanism to try to get people to basically stake and add liquidity. So this brings me to the two options you have. So option one is what a lot of us did last cycle with Drip, especially if you're a small bag holder. You are hoping to get rich by putting in small amounts of liquidity, and you're hoping that the mechanisms in place will work out in your favor. Now, that's a pipe dream that I found does not exist in crypto. You can get lucky, but the vast majority are going to get wrecked. And it doesn't matter how great the mechanics are. The reason you get wrecked is because it's just simple math. So again, take a simple analysis of, say, 100 people putting in $10 a piece. Gonna bring this up for you so you can follow along. 10 people, sorry, I said 100 people times 10. Right, so it's $1,000 that's available in there. Now, if another person comes in and puts in 1,000 on their own, you'll have 11 people with $2,000 of total liquidity. Now, that additional 1,000, that one person that came in, it represents a whale. They have 50% of the liquidity. If this was like an LP pool. So this is tokens, and they purchase 50% of those tokens, and they are able to swing that price. So that means if they were to, you couldn't in this example, of course, sell all that, but if they were to sell their shares, they have at least $1,000 worth. And if this is something that's inflation based, then they may have even more. And that means that additional $1,000 that came from those other 10 people will come from your pockets, and it will all go to that whale. So I bring that up because, again, the old ways of doing things was putting in a small amount and hoping that you will compound or whatever, dollar cost average, and you'll be rich. But I want to show you something on a current whale in the ecosystem. I don't know who they are. Can't figure out who this is. I don't really care. But the point is they have 63 billion DripX tokens sitting liquid, right? That is 12% of the available supply. That is a significant chunk because 55% is locked in contracts, and they are the number 3 bag holder. Now, this is, again, clearly shows you that the mechanics that are here are not being utilized, meaning this whale has no desire to lock up their DripX tokens. They are playing a different game. They are keeping their tokens liquid so that when you lock yours up and add to this principle here, locking up your DripX, they can swing the chart, and you will see lower highs and lower lows, as we've seen since day one in all of the ROI dApps and ROI apps that we've been privy to. Now, let's take a look at how they accumulated the 63 billion tokens. So when we look here, we can find 153 days ago, they did $5,000 in USDC, not once, not twice, 3 times, 4 times. 4 times, they spent $5,000 on PancakeSwap to buy DripX off the market 153 days ago. Then they took that 18.6 million DripX tokens, and then they staked it. You see here, mint 1 of DripX stakes. So they staked that. Then here they have been claiming from some other stakes and claiming just to hold the DripX tokens 105 days ago, 75 days ago, 43 days ago. So they've been claiming this and just putting it in their wallet, just holding it. Now, this is $20,000 here. And then we can look at their full on-chain transactions. This wallet literally just got created, I guess, for DripX, only 39 transactions. And the first one is 153 days ago, literally lines up with that previous that I showed you. Now over here, you can see that they have some miners that they actually did. So they did, not only did they buy DripX off of PancakeSwap off the market, they also did miners, and 8, I think that's a power level of 100. So that means once those miners matured, it lines up with some of these tokens or claims that they have. I didn't go into details to see how much additional they'd be able to claim or whatever the case may be. But what I want to show you is there's 16 of these 8.2 entries. So let's take a look at what that is in BNB. So that's 131 BNB. Coming over to coin market cap, we see that 131 BNB at today's prices is $76,000. I don't know what it was 153 days ago. What would 153 days ago be? That would be 5 months. So that's around February. So they got a lot cheaper, that's for sure. So we'll say 350. So 131 times 350. So about $45,000. That makes sense. Maybe about 50 grand. Because on the other side of, so this is the BNB that they purchased miners with, and that was, we'll call it 50 grand. And then as I showed you here, well, I'm sorry, here, they did another 25K in USDC. So this person probably put up 100K or so of, I don't know, capital. Right now I can see it's 75, but we don't know exactly what price they purchased the BNB at or anything like that. And I don't feel like going into that. But what we can see is that in their wallet, they have 63 some odd billion DripX tokens, right? So let's just see what that would be at today's prices of DripX. If they were to, they can't dump that all on the market, but let's just say if they could, we put that in here. That is 96 BNB. So they almost have an ROI on the amount of BNB that they put in, minus what they paid in USDC. Actually, they probably already would, because this is at BNB prices now. So this 96 BNB at today's prices is 56,000. So we said they're at 75. So yeah, close to an ROI on DripX alone. Now, the issue with being able to dump that in totality is that, where are we at? There's not enough liquidity to support that. So there would definitely be some slippage if they try to do that. But what I'm trying to get you to see is that there's nothing wrong with what this person did. It's actually very smart. They have the money to manipulate the market and make huge gains, while the lemmings and the small fish try to play the game the way it was designed. I can't say the way it's designed, because both ways are perfectly acceptable. All depends on the capital they have. So what I'm trying to show you is that the deck is stacked against you if you're a small bag holder in any of these platforms. No matter what processes are put in place to try to reward you as a long-term holder and try to convince you to lock up your capital, you cannot win when there are other forces at play that this person alone, 12% of supply, makes up like the next 30, 40 people in line, right? So all you need is one person like this that can wreck the entire ecosystem. Now, of course, it can bounce back, but this is exactly what happened way back here when we first got kicked off. Where is it at? Where does it even start at? Man, way up here. I don't even feel like zooming out that far. But this big, huge red candle. So we were trending here and everything looked great. Then after the first payout, boom. And then now we have a new range that, you know, everybody in the community is talking about sustainability and all that stuff. But if you were stacking back there and hoping to ROI off of that, then good luck. But also, people with miners, as I showed you guys here, they will be able to continue to have large amounts of DripX coming out. And as this person, again, played the game the way it was meant to be played, they staked, those stakes have matured. Don't forget that when those stakes mature, they're sitting here and able for you to claim your stakes, and you have that DripX again readily available. So the big TLDR is that there really is no incentive for you to try to play the game the way it's been set up in support of long-term profitability by staking and locking up your capital. And again, not against the mechanics of the platform, but simply because you cannot control these variables. So people like this that have the capital and went in early and have big bags coming out, and or they're sitting in the staking to be able to claim that out already, or they're willing to go in again big at these low prices, get a bunch of DripX again at low prices on days that are not fully minted out, and then just continue to stack that and hold that in their wallet. Like this guy is sitting on 3 days worth of max minting, and who knows if there's any other additional days that he or she owns as well. So the point I'm getting at is that the deck is not stacked in your favor in any of these ROI platforms. No matter how attractive the yield might look, remember you're getting paid yield in a shit token that is being inflated, that you have no control over, and that whales and market manipulators do control. So keep that in mind when you are trying to avoid getting wrecked in these DeFi streets. Granted, you can get lucky. You can catch one of these bounces off the bottom, catch a pump and sell off or whatever, but only if your capital or your tokens are liquid. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special. Help brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real-world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.